morning. We're coming to you live from Sunland Park, New Mexico in the gym again. This is the 343 commitment and still counting. 110 floors for ladder 7. Manhattans, we can do that. Firefighter Richard Muldowney Jr. Richie. I'll be carrying him up 110 floors in his memorial stair climb. This climb is dedicated to his wife, Connie, and his 2 kids, to the FDNY, off and on the line, to Rosemary Kane, to Nancy Nee, to Danny Kane, to the families left behind. This climb is yours. And right now, George is taking me up. So far for hooking ladder 7, I've taken up George, Mendez, Bodie, and now Muldowney. So it's the 4th brother from ladder 7 to be carried vertical. So this climb is for Richie Muldowney Jr. He was assigned as the can on 9/11. He had already finished his tour, and like so many others, when that call came in, he jumped on and responded. The worst terrorist attack on U.S. soil as part of the greatest rescue effort in U.S. history, where upwards of 25,000 were saved. This 110 finishes those footsteps all the way to the top of the tower. And as I mentioned before, this is number 4 for ladder 7. My last trip to New York, right before the 4th of July, I had an opportunity to go to ladder 7 engine 16 and see the house. It was with honor and respect that I got to go there to see the memorial that they have on the wall in the writing assignment boards. But right now, this 110 floors is for our brother right here, Richie Muldowney Jr. This climb is also dedicated to his brother Brian Muldowney, who is a firefighter in Hillsborough, Florida. Your brother will not be forgotten. So let's talk a little bit about Richie. I had the ultimate honor of watching a YouTube video about stories about our brother Richie. They said they had millions of stories that they could tell. And I promise you, if you watch the video, you'll see how much of a fireman's fireman, and as they called it, an officer's dream, for our brother to be working on the FDNY at Ladder 7. They said when he was a little kid, he and his friends created a fire truck out of wood scraps. And they were keeping it in his little garage. When the bells and whistles went off, they pulled it out, attached little garden hoses to it, and act like they were fighting a fire. So, at 18 years old, Richie Muldowney joined the Freeport Volunteer Fire Department. They're in the New York area. And 27 joined the FDNY. One of his first units before going to Ladder 7 was 21 engine, also known as Blackjack. He was said to got a lot of work in when he was a 21 engine. There were some really, really heartfelt stories on that YouTube video about the story of Richie Muldowney. And one of the stories that was said was basically that he loved working on his truck. This was when he was at Ladder 7. And one of his brothers was going down to get his coffee, and he noticed there were two legs sticking out from underneath the truck. So curiously, he went over and pulled out Richie Muldowney and asked him, "What are you doing?" And Richie told him he was putting in a siren. And then he went to explain that he was putting in a mechanical siren. So he put a mechanical siren in, and at that point forward, it was known as Richie's siren. But the funny part was, when he would run the calls, he would tell the chauffeur to hit the siren, and instead they would hit the normal siren that had been issued to the ladder, and they would wait till he got off, and then they would hit the mechanical siren. But lovingly known as, like I said, it was Richie's siren. They went on to say that that siren is on the truck, is his siren, and the love of the job that he had, they will always have that siren with them. In loving memory of Richie Muldowney. Richie left behind his wife Connie and 2 children. His brother Brian, a firefighter with Hillsborough County in Florida. His family left behind will not be forgotten. Our brother Richard Muldowney Jr. is going to reach that top, finishing his 110th floors with respect and honor given. This is now the 232nd climb of the 343 commitment and still counting. And right now, ladder 7 is going to the top. We can do that. Is headed up for Richie Muldowney. And as I said, George is with me right now, making this climb. For Rosemary and Nancy and Danny and the family, ladder 7 is going up again. And George, as always, is rolling with me. So, right now this climb is for our brother Richie Muldowney. So going back to this YouTube video that I had the opportunity to watch to gain a better understanding of who Richie was, I didn't know that ladder 7 was a support truck for Rescue 1. In the video, I found that out. Now Richie is as hardcore as he was, as a great firefighter, loved to take his tour with Rescue Company 1. Well, the guys at the station knew this, and he and Bobby Fody would basically compete with one another at times to get in to that slot on the coverage on Rescue 1. So his guys at the station, not knowing that they were going to get a call out, where 16s and 7s were both going out, they put it in the book that I believe it was a 6x9 tour chauffeur needed at Rescue 1. Well, Richie saw it and knew that Bobby Fody was going to try to get it too if he saw it. So Richie grabbed his stuff and he took off. Again, the guys were just playing a joke at the time, and they were going to let him know, but they had 16s and 7 had taken a run. Engine 16 and ladder 7, and they never got to tell him. So like 2 hours later, he finally appears. Well, when he got to Rescue 1, he's like, I'm here for the slot. And they're like, there is no slot tonight. So about 2 hours later, in between running jobs with Rescue 1 and them trying to get it back, he finally got back to the station. But one thing he did get to do, is his favorite thing, was running that JOB. That's what he explained. Our brother was known to give 140% in everything he did. He was a brother that you would take to hell with 1 3/4 inches, and no matter how bad it got in there, he would put it out. Fire in front, on top, it didn't matter. He would take it out. So this is for our brother, Richie Muldowney Jr. Carrying him as the 4th brother of ladder 7, symbolically to the top of the towers. To the 110th floor we go. With honor and respect given, we're about halfway there. So this is the 343 commitment and still counting. Memorial Stair Climb Series coming to you live from the gym in Southern Park, New Mexico, where it's probably going to be about 95 or 100 degrees outside today. So that's why I'm trying to get it in early before I start my admin shift. And we're down now to 111 brothers that have to be carried. I can't wait till I can crest that 100. It's all downhill from there. Where we can do that, this is our fourth brother, Kane, Bodie Mendez, and now Muldowney have all been carried. Just about to reach that top. For our brother who started as a young child who wanted to be a firefighter, through playing like he was responding to fires with the engine they made out of wood scraps and using those garden hoses, to when he was 18 and joined the Freeport Volunteer Fire Department, to when he was 27 he joined FDNY. As I said, one of his first units he came into was 21 engine, also known as Blackjack. Right now, we're going up 110 to reach that top for his wife Connie and 2 kids. For the families left behind, for the FDNY off and on the line, and for our country. He will never be forgotten. This is why we climb, to always remember, to never forget. Right now, this is for our brother, firefighter Richie Muldowney Jr. He was said to play softball, football. Our brother even went playing ice hockey, to which the guy said he didn't know how to skate that well. So he became the goalie because he would only have to skate 5 feet in either direction. So 16s and 7s was entered into a tournament against another crew, and from what it said, he became a samurai, taking out everybody who came close with this huge goalie stick. For our brother who's climbing with me, taking Richie Muldowney Jr., George Kane is going up. We're getting it there. A husband, a father, a son, an uncle, our brother will never be forgotten. One thing I found out also is Richie was an excellent carpenter, and he was actually working on stuff at the firehouse to plaques for the brothers that had fallen at his stations. He was 100% heart, and like I said, he gave 140% to everything he did. Those 110 floors belongs to him. And we're just about 9 minutes shy of completion. Usually it takes about 30 minutes to finish. This is for the 343 and still counting. Both on and after 9/11. Those who worked the pile for days, weeks, and months until it came to resolve. We're pushing them up all the way to the top. Getting closer to the next floor. With each and every step that is taken. We're pushing him up. For Richard Muldowney Jr., his brother Brian, a firefighter with Hillsborough, Florida, Hillsborough County, Florida. At the time it said for 15 years, but I'm not sure exactly when that was taken. So, coming up on the last of the verticals. With George by my side, we're carrying brother Richard Muldowney Jr. to the top. This is now the 232nd climb and counting, because they won't stop until they all reach the top, and then the end still counting will take their memorial climbs. Pushing them all the way up. Upon completion of this vertical, will be about the 101st floor for firefighter Richard Muldowney Jr. FDNY, ladder 7. We can do that. How's there with engine 16? There in Manhattan. Pushing them all the way. All the way there. And we're almost to the top of that last vertical. Pushing it down for his wife Connie and 2 kids. his brother Brian Muldowney, a firefighter out of Florida, his family left behind, the FDNY, off and on the line, and our country. So we will never forget. We will instead always remember. His legacy will live on through the hundreds of stories that his brothers have. A promise was made, a promise being kept. I will never forget. That is why I climb. Around the country, we will always remember. That's why we climb. We're almost there. George is with me, with his brother, Richie Muldowney Jr. One floor so far on this 110 floors for firefighter Richard Muldowney Jr. Wishing him up with honor and respect given for the sacrifices that were made on and after 9/11, 2001. Ladder 7 is yet to reach the top again for the 4th time. From Kane to Fody to Mendez to now Muldowney. Our brother, who on 9/11 was assigned to the camp on the rider assignments list. We're almost there. Pushing him up till we reach the top. This is the 343 commitment and still counting. 110 floors for Richard Muldowney Jr. Coming to you live from sunny New Mexico in the gym. We're almost there. Almost there. Pushing them all the way up. A few more floors, and this 110 is completed. For firefighter Richard Muldowney Jr. Our brother was a volunteer with the Freeport Volunteer Fire Company at 18 prior to joining the FDNY at 9 years later at 27. For his wife Connie and the kids, his brother Brian, so the rest of Seven's family, Rosemary Kane, Nancy Nee, Danny Kane, and all those left behind. A promise made, a promise kept. One 110 floors. Rest easy, brother. We got it from here.